I'm Dan Kaufman here in the SBJ Content Studio at Axis Drive, and this is your Executive Insight with Next League. I'm joined by Katherine Krohn. Katherine leads the venues business at Next League. Katherine, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Dan. Happy to be here.
All right, first things first, tell us, what is Next League and what do you do at Next League?
Absolutely. Next League is a sports tech advisory firm specializing in all things sport from digital to fan experience. I am the principal and EVP leading our venues group, helping teams and venues with their tech stacks all the way to new builds and understanding the best way to the fan journey.
Okay, speaking of the fan journey, let's go there.
Absolutely.
Let's start from the beginning. Take us through that process. And when I say the beginning, take us all the way back to maybe I'm a fan, I have a ticket to a game, I just got an email that says, hey, know what you need to know before you go.
Sure.
How does tech touch every aspect of that fan journey? Start with that email.
Absolutely. So we were just having a conversation with the Mets and Oscar, heavily stated that there are digital touch points all the way through. And so as a fan, any communication that I'm receiving, whether it be email or through the app itself, I know that there's something that I need to know before I go, right? And that's been a huge thing across organizations to help fans prepare. Not only does it help fans prepare, it's helping organizations have that one-to-one relationship with their fans, but also help them bring in more revenue all the way through. So when you think about a digital touch point is almost a revenue touch point, right? And so if I'm receiving the email, know before you go, I'm either going on to the team's website or I'm going into my app to maybe learn about parking. There's a trip planning component of you have some small children or I'm bringing an elderly parent to a game. I want to know where access is available. When are the mascots coming out? Is there something that I can do? Or I have some needs that I don't want to, sensory issues, right? And so I want to be able to find something within the ballpark or the stadium and the arena that I can kind of get away from it all. So all of that information can live in a digital component that you can know before you go. So you're getting that before you go, you're leaving. Now I'm on my way to the game or the show.
And you arrive.
And I arrive.
Okay.
And, I think all of us have been to that stadium that, everyone doesn't come at the same time, but they leave at the same time.
Yep.
But if I'm coming at the same time, what are those indicators? What is the wayfinding signage to make sure that I go in the entrance? Have they sent me a map potentially, or is there a map on the app that allows me to know that enter from, South Freeway, not North Freeway, to go into Gate G? I'm scanning in, someone's scanning me in. And that's kind of where the in-venue journey begins, right? You have either a human or a kiosk scanning the fact that you have parking, or maybe you're buying it on site.
Yeah.
And then it continues. And so the more that you can communicate digitally or through mobile at that point, the more you're driving the behavior. Otherwise, it's kind of like I parked in Gate G and I'm in this lot and I'm not sure if I'm going to remember it, but my ticket's on the other side of the venue. There has been such a shift in venue organization and operations with technology, specifically in that wayfinding, in relationships with rideshare and the like, in ticketing, in things moving to handheld, that you're able to control that experience digitally a little bit more, from your car to the gates.
And then once you get to the gate, tell us a little bit about some of the adoption you're seeing of even facial recognition technology that will allow me just to walk right through.
Adoption's really exciting. Marcel talked today about how his wife was a little hesitant to do it. And he got to watch her from, behind the scenes as she came in. And her first question, one, she cheered, but two, she said, well, where was security?
Yeah.
They've implemented, the evolved technology. Folks are opting in beforehand, so they're registered in the system as a token. Again, it's that no one's holding your information. And that seamless, frictionless idea of, he used the term like no one's guilty, right? But you're able to walk in, specifically if you have a family or you're a large group, that ease of use. You're looking up, you're enjoying the experience rather than searching on your phone.
Yeah.
The facial recognition and authentication with Wicket and others are allowing you to then have control of your digital wallet and everything that you do then in the venue, which is just another easier way to get in.
And then I also, when watching your panel, I also thought it was very interesting how the customer service experience has changed too, right?
Absolutely.
The eye contact that you're now able to give to a customer.
Yes.
Instead of having to look down at the ticket and scan the ticket.
And I think that was one of the things I wanted to chat with them about was how do you find that balance? Technology's making this easy and seamless and wonderful, but let's not detract from the fact that we're coming to a venue to be in person with other people. Those folks, instead of ticket takers or, security trying to keep people out, they now get to be ambassadors of the venue, welcome them. Maybe they know the tech, maybe they don't, but those folks are able to just do their job of welcoming you in to enjoy whatever entertainment you're there for.
Yeah. Frictionless entry. Let's talk about some of the friction points that maybe previously were around food and beverage ordering that maybe have been alleviated with technology.
Yeah, wow, that's a whole other thing, and I just lived it on Saturday at a match. There's so much tech out there for it now, and we've seen kind of a teetering of everybody wanted mobile ordering, everybody wanted in your seats. You're not leaving the seat until halftime at the match. I think that's corrected itself a little bit with the autonomous, walkthroughs. Few folks out there doing that. Handhelds, mobile, checkpoints, I think make a huge difference in that. And it's just about enhanced throughput, right? Anybody's trying to say, how can we find efficiencies in capitalizing on the fans when they're in the spaces that they want to purchase food and beverage, and make sure that one, it's available from an inventory perspective, and two, that they're not grabbing for a card or cash and having an issue with it.
Okay, so now I'm in the venue, I'm in my seat. What else should I expect that technology has enhanced at this point for my team experience?
I think we go back 10 years, and I'm a big believer in connectivity. That still remains table stakes, depending on where you are in the country. So you're able to connect, you're able to tell folks that you're there. Maybe I'm ordering from my seat, or I'm ordering ahead. Maybe I'm checking stats. Perhaps maybe I'm even betting, right? And so depending on, the individual jurisdiction and what they're able to do, sports betting is going to become even bigger. But you're seeing a lot of teams and organizations roll out loyalty programs. So while I'm in the venue, am I able to get a discount on food and beverage? Is there merch? Maybe there's intel on where the shortest bathroom line is, or what's available. So I think there's a lot that can be done. Certainly, organizations still want you focused on the product that's on the pitch or the ice or the field, but you're able to do a lot more with what that is.
Let's conclude the journey for that day. I'm leaving the venue and I'm going home. What are the other touch points that are available now?
Yeah, I don't know that they changed too drastically, but it's just coming back around to make sure that, egress and that exit is as seamless as the entry was. I don't know that anyone has figured out how to get people out of a parking lot well, or how to ride share well, but it's making sure that those connectivity points are there so that when you need to find a friend or a family member, maybe they're communicating with you as you walk out for a better route out of the stadium, or you're picking up your Uber, or whatever that may be. Teams and orgs can really communicate a lot better through their app than they ever used to.
What tech out there are you really impressed with? And maybe it's something you even saw here. Tell us about something that we may not know about, but you're really impressed with and excited that may be coming down the line.
Ooh, I just really think anything that's coming that allows a team or a venue to have that one-to-one. So whether it's a loyalty integration or there's a value exchange. So, I think there's a ton of value in all the tech that's been released. But it's just really, how do we find that business outcome in knowing what a fan wants? I think there's more to come there.
Can I ask you some rapid fire questions?
Absolutely.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you got to fill in the blank.
Okay.
The team and the venue that had the biggest impact on you as a child was blank. And then the second part of that question is the venue team that had the biggest impact on you as an adult is blank. And they can be the same.
Okay. Wrigley Field, no doubt,
Okay.
as a child. As an adult, I think Bank of California Stadium, LAFC, I got to live through that build, and that was really impactful.
All right. Is it pronounced data or data?
Data.
Data is the correct answer. This has been your Executive Insight with Katherine Krohn from Next League. I'm Dan Kaufman. Thank you.
Thanks, Jan.